Yes, first English students, we will continue the topic major syntactic structures in English. Okay. So interrogative sentences and command exclamatory sentences, negative sentences, and yes. So okay. So what is the structure of interrogative sentence? And you all know by first standard or second standard itself, you would have learnt it, but we shall discuss in detail. Interrogative sentences, that is questions. So we have SR type, yes or no type questions, and WH type questions. So SR type question, is he a teacher? Is he a student? Is he a doctor? So do you know the answer? Do you know him? So likewise, they are all examples of yes or no type questions. So the answer is either yes or no. Yes, I know him. Yes, he is a teacher. Yes, he is a doctor. No, he is not my brother. Okay. Likewise, the probable answer is, and WH type question, what is your name? When is the party? Okay. Why did you come late? How did you prepare this food? Okay. Likewise, these type of questions are called as WH question. And why did you come late? Okay, there is I came late because the answer is not yes or no type answer. Okay, there is the explanation. What is your name? My name is Prasad. Likewise, we need some kind of words. But in case of yes or no type question, the answer is either going to be yes or no. Okay, and then of course there is the sentence should be completed. Simply we cannot make it as yes or no. Okay, so when it is yes or no type question, the question goes like this: is he a teacher? He is a teacher. The syntax goes like this. The answer is he is a teacher. He is a teacher. When it is converted as interrogative sentence, is he a teacher? So is the word is comes first when it is interrogative sentence. Okay. So who is he? Let's say he is a teacher. Who is he? He is a teacher. Okay. So who is he? The answer is he is a teacher. Okay. So this is the syntax. This is the structure of interrogative sentence. And then let's say if it is progressive tense, what is he doing? What is he doing? He is writing a letter. The answer is he is writing a letter. Okay. So when it is a question, what is he doing? Okay. So we need to add a WH word. What is he doing? The answer is he is writing. He is doing. Okay. So that's how the declarative, the answer should be. Okay. The word auxiliary verb, when we the placement of auxiliary verb, based on the placement of auxiliary verb, the question changes. Okay. So you all learn the school level itself, and now here comes some interesting aspect, that is when did he come late? Okay. The answer is he came late yesterday. He came late yesterday. So this is the statement. When it is converted as question, when did he come late? When did he come late? When we want to give answer, there is no use of the word did. He came late yesterday. Yesterday he came late. Whatever the position of the word yesterday, either could be first or at the last. Now there is no it is not going to be a great problem when we place the word yesterday in the first or at the last. There is no problem. Yesterday he came late. He came late yesterday. Both everything is going to be same. Okay. So when did he come late? Okay. So we need to add the verb. It is called as dummy. The word dummy is used in our textbook, but it is also auxiliary verb. Okay, did is also example of auxiliary verb. We need to add auxiliary verb. When did he come late? Okay, so this is the we need to add auxiliary verb. Okay, so it is this video is more or less going to be a grammar class, and I think you all know about it. Let me not elaborate on it. So how can we use questions? Okay, so does he come late? Yes, he came late. Okay, so when it is yes or no type question, does he come late? Yes, he comes late. Okay, yes, he comes late. So he comes late. Okay, so third person singular, and we need to add yes. When it is converted into question, does DOES, does he come late? And question mark. Okay, we need to add auxiliary verb does. Does he come late? And we cannot add yes to the verb. Does he come late? So it is a very difficult area. So yes, he comes late. And the answer is yes, he comes late. And when it is converted into question, does he come late? Okay. So so we need to be very careful when we use auxiliary verb. So auxiliary verb matters a lot when we frame a question. Is he a teacher? Okay. Why did you commit mistake? Why did you commit this crime? Okay. So the word did is added. Why do you come late? Why do you come late? Yeah, later. Why do you come late? Why do you come late every day? Okay. So why do you do present tense? Okay. So such kind of auxiliary verb is necessary when we frame a question, and that's this is the structure of interrogative sentences. Okay. So of course we need if you want to elaborate it, we can elaborate it, and when we make it as negative sentence, he doesn't come late. Ram comes late. Ramu doesn't come late. Okay, so Ram comes late every day. Ramu does not come late every day. Okay, so when we convert into negative sentence, there also we have sometimes we need to add auxiliary verb do. Okay, I am not a student. Okay, I am not a student. Okay, so when we convert it into affirmative sentence, I met a student. When we convert it to a negative sentence, I am not a student. Just by adding not, it becomes a negative sentence. But a sentence like this, I don't teach unit 1. I do not teach unit 1. I teach unit 5. Okay, I do not teach. I not teach unit 1. This is grammatically wrong sentence. I do not teach unit 1. This is grammatically correct sentence. Okay, I teach unit 5. Okay, I do not teach unit 4. So when I am not a student, I am not a student. I do not teach unit 1. Okay, so just by in case of I am a student, when I convert it into negative sentence, I am not a student. Just by adding the word not, it becomes negative sentence. And in case of a sentence like this, I do not teach unit 1. We need to add auxiliary verb do. Then only it become negative sentence. Okay, so this is the structure of English language when it is a negative sentence, and a command. Okay, shut up, shut your mouth, shut the door. You shut the door. That is the real syntax. But we don't use you shut the door. Likewise, we don't say shut the door, shut your mouth, get out, come here, you come here. Likewise, we don't use come here. That's all. So subject is implied. Okay, so that's how the commands are used, and that is the structure of English language when it is imperative sentence or commands. Okay, and as far as exclamatory sentence is concerned, what a beautiful flower, what a good day, wow, this is beautiful. Okay, what a good day. Okay, so there is no verb in this sentence. What a good day. Okay, so there is no as far as exclamatory sentence is concerned, there is no need always for verb. Okay, verb is the most important word for in any sentence, but in case of exclamatory sentence, there is no need for a verb. Not always, that too. Okay, so this is the idea of exclamatory sentence, and this is the syntax of exclamatory sentence, and so that's how we have to use English language. Okay, so that's all about major syntactic structures in English, the major syntactic structure of sentences in English language. Okay, and we shall move to passive transformation, participle movement in the next video. Thank you.